water better, and there are people who can show us that, and I want the county to be a major partner. So we've got local jobs, we've got food and water. The other area where we have to be paying more attention is transportation. We're doing essentially the same thing we've been doing forever, which is encouraging a one car, one driver, no passenger strategy. Part of that is the price of oil. The attention on that got more focused when gasoline was $4 a gallon. It will be again, I don't know when. Are we getting ready? There is not a shortage of ideas. There are terrific ideas about transportation in this valley, about how we get from one end to the other without the increasing gridlock. I personally don't believe we can pave our way out of congestion. I think, you know, the old definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It looks to me like that's what we've been doing on transportation. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of issues. The good news is that a lot of people have already been working on this. And finally, I want to talk for just a minute about younger people, because it's, you know, nobody runs for office without talking about younger people. And I've got brochures from old campaigns of me with little kids. Aren't I somebody who really cares about children? Well, it's about time we took it from campaign rhetoric to programs, to things that'll work. One of the ways in which we're really rich in this valley is organizations, nonprofit organizations for kids, for younger people. You could name 10 of them as well as I could. I want to ask them how the county can be more helpful than we've been. But then when you get into young adults, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, as long as I've lived here, we've said we want a community where our kids, mine are now 24 and 26 years old, can make the choice to settle here and build a good life for themselves. Now there's challenges to that because of what's going on in the national and international economy. But what are we doing to follow through on that pledge? I'm not seeing a whole lot. I'm seeing a disgracefully low level of state support for community colleges. I think community colleges are right at the crux of what it takes to offer our younger people a better way of life. In some cases, not so younger people, middle-aged people trying to make a transition. I think Road Community College is doing a fabulous job with inadequate resources. I think SOU in partnering and looking at all this and looking at employers and the Job Council, that whole nexus of people looking at the economy and trying to help people develop a way of life is doing great work with too little resources. And we have to focus there too. Or else we should stop talking about making this valley a great place for younger people. I don't want to stop talking about that. So that's just that's where my focus will be, on those 4 areas. Jobs based on local enterprise, water or food, and you can't talk about food without talking about water, transportation, and real work investing in our younger people. The good news is there's terrific work going on already. And whether, you know, the role of the county is not to set up some big new program, new agency, not to take on great new costs out of that cash reserve. It's to go to the members of this community who are already doing the work and to say to them, if you are seriously involved with strengthening this local economy in a way that produces jobs, in expanding agricultural opportunities and increasing the healthy food supply for this area, in developing and using water in a way that will do that, in innovative transportation alternatives, and in making a future for our young people, then my question for you is, what can Jackson County do to help what you're doing? And there are a lot of answers to that. And I have some ideas. I'm really looking forward to a conversation to develop more, because I think this is such an exciting time right here. I get something other than excited when I look at the national level. But living here, working here, you know, having a stake here with neighbors who are so dedicated to making this a better valley is a privilege. And I'm terrifically excited about it. I can't wait to get going. Hope some of you will choose to get involved in the campaign. My friend Kim is going to tell you something about that in a minute. Have a just tremendous enthusiasm for what can happen over the next few months. Thank you very much for coming.
All right. Thanks.
Just friend Kim is here to say a couple of things. And one of them is I do have clipboards around where I'd really like to have you sign up so we can keep you informed, to keep you engaged with what it is that we have going on. We really want to create some living room forums, so we're looking for people who really want to host that and bring Jeff in to have conversation one-on-one, really meet the people, really have those conversations he's talking about. We also have campaign contribution envelopes around the room if you have some contribution you'd like to make to the campaign right now. Want to thank you, Jeff, because you give me an inspiration for government and what I think we really have the capacity to do when we come together. And having you as that leader would be just incredible.
I do want to add one thing. There are 3 excellent candidates vying for the Democratic nomination for the other seat. I don't know who knows. There are 2 seats up. The one that Dave Gilmore couldn't be talked into staying for. Where's Dave?
Behind there.
Right? Dave is going on to some other things. There are 3 Democratic candidates. I see 2 in the room, Buck Eichler and Mark Wisnowski. Get to know them as well. This is a 3-person board of commissioners. The number you want to make any kind of change in this valley is 2. I served before as 1, and it was frustrating. So I'd like you to get to know the candidates for the other seat. Don't know yet. The filing deadline is March 9th. At the moment, there is not another Democratic candidate in the seat I'm competing for. But I hope you get to know all the candidates. I hope that you'll take the message out that what's happening in these races, these county commissioners, races are critical for our future. Again, I think a lot of people look at the front page, look at what's happening in D.C., and just say, you know, a pox on all their houses. We have some things in our control in this county in a bigger way than, as I say, in most communities. And I would love to serve on the Board of Commissioners with one of these gentlemen. So get to know them and let folks know. I mean, great if they want to support me, terrific. We need the support. It's going to be a tough road in the fall. But more to the point, ask them to stay current on county issues, see what's going on, suggest how it might affect their lives. I really think the Mail Tribune does a good job of covering county issues, and so whatever you can do to let people know that we can really affect the future in this county with some progressive leadership. Yes, Alan.
Jeff, I just want to let